Friends, today it's going to be the yard site of a very famous rabbi who was born back in the year 1921 in Jerusalem. His name was Rabbi Yehudah Moalem. He was a big, great tzaddik. Actually, his father was from the city of Basra, originally in Iraq, the country of Iraq, and was a prominent rabbi there and a dayan. Rabbi Yehudah, Chacham Yehudah Moalem, was entered the Yeshivat Porat Yosef at a young age, at the age of 10 years old, and was enrolled there and was learning for many, many years. And he had an astounding voice also, and became a Chazan later on in the Mokor Baruch neighborhood in Yerushalayim, in Jerusalem, and was a Chazan there for many, many years, I think until he passed away. So he was born in the year 1921, to be exact, on the 29th of January 1921, and passed away actually 4 days before I got married, on the 2nd of October 2010. That was naturally in Hebrew, that would have been Chafet Dalet Tishrei. Okay, so he was a great rabbi, as I stated before, and in the year 1943 he became the Chazan of this very astounding Bet Knesset in Jerusalem. The name of the shul actually was called Tzvaig, or Tzvig, it could be pronounced as also, in the Shchunat Mekor Baruch neighborhood in Jerusalem, very, very popular neighborhood, highly populated, especially among ultra-Orthodox Sephardi Jews over there. And he was a Shimosh also there, he was a Chazan, and Ba'al Tekoa over there also. He was working in high holy days and gave a sermon every Shabbat over there. Was very diligent and very exact with the exact timing of the place. And in the year 1943, he got married to one of the great woman from a family that was, her name was Rachel, respectively, and had many children after several years at that stage. In the year 1949, he, at the age of 28 years old, he, at the time, became a very prominent Rabbi in Yeshivat Porat Yosef, where he was learning. Remember, there was many of the great Chacham and Rabbonim that were learning in this yeshiva, arguably the most famous Sephardi yeshiva in the 20th century and also 21st century, naturally at that point in time. And he was actually appointed by the Rabbi at the time, Rabbi Ezra Atiyah, Chacham Ezra Atiyah, also a very prominent rabbi over there. And many great things. He was known for his humility, and he was nowadays we live in a generation where especially all ultra-Orthodox rabbanim, they have big jackets and hats. He was very humble. He sometimes refused to wear this great frock because he wanted to be pure inside. He very much believed in outside appearances and everything. It's all about inside, the pnimut, as they say in Hebrew. He was also the shamash in the Beit Knesset of the name of Shemesh Tzadka in Chagei Yerushalayim, in a very, very famous place also, and gave halachot sermons the whole time, all throughout his life over there. He was very diligent. Every day he would litpalel, he will daven nets in the sunrise minyan, and never missed it. He was the whole time. There's famous stories. Once he was in hospital and broke his leg, and in the hospital he was learning the whole time, all of the halachot. And when he was in the lobby area in different places, when people were watching the football or they were doing other activities, he never removed his head 1 minute from the learning the Torah. One time, even when people would embarrass him, he came one time 2 minutes late to when he was giving a sermon the whole days, and he wasn't getting paid a high salary. Someone would embarrass him and he wouldn't answer back, in humility at the time, because he was very, very diligent. Wherever he was, the whole time he had an appointment, he had something to do with in regards to Torah, he always made it. He was always someone seen as very, very reliable in whatever occasion it was. And other stories we could say, he was very, very known for his humility also. He had the great anivut, as they say. And all the time he was very makpid on all tefillot, never missed any tefillot. He was actually passed away just before Parshat Bereshit, and it was 4 days before I got married, as I said before, on the 2nd of October 2010. Naturally, I will know that date, and it's Hilula, his yard site this week, naturally. He originally, he didn't want to write too many of his Sepharim because of his humility. He didn't want to be known as among the pulpit, everyone giving him the honor, but he did write 3 treasure chests of Sepharim, different books. At the end, there was the Derash Yehudah, which was an explanation of the Chumashei Torah and the Moadim, the festivals, that is in which was done in 6 volumes. There was also a book of the name of the Darash Yehudah of the Pirkei Avot, the Ethics of Fathers, another very popular book which many people learn nowadays. And there was a Shevet Yehudah, which is known as the tribe of the Yehudah, which was Devrei Torah also on the Parashat HaShavua, and it was gathered by one of his Talmidim. They compiled it for him, and he passed away. And Rabbi Ovadia Yosef spoke of the highest esteem of him, and he was known as one of the most humble Rabbanim in the 20th century and 21st century. Naturally, he passed away 12 years ago this week, and may his neshama and all the schuyot he did, so many great things in his life, the Torah he perpetrated among the whole of Am Yisrael, among the whole of the Sephardi Kehillah, and among all of Am Yisrael. May be big schut upon us. This week is his Hilula. Maybe we light candles this week in the Zechut, and it's all protecting Am Yisrael, and maybe we learn many of things. We can see he's got a lot of articles that was written about him in Hebrew, not much about in English. But please, guys, share this video, share his Torah which he had given, share his ideas, and spread that his yahrzeit is going to be, and light candles and everything else. His name having been Rabbi Yehudah Moalem, respectively, one of the greatest rabbis of the 20th century. And wish many of you are still keeping Shmini Atzeret and Simchat Torah and Chutz La'aretz, but tonight is Isru Hag in Israel. It's Motzei Sukkot, Motzei Simchat Torah. We just celebrated, so naturally, everyone, if you're sharing to someone Israeli or someone only keeping one day, then share the video now. Guys, have a fantastic evening, and Isru Chag Sameach, and Shavuot Tov U'Barach. Hopefully, I'm going to cover another Sipura B'Tzadik this week. Guys, have a great night. Bye.